this video, I'm going to count down my top 10 video games. If you're a gamer, you don't need me to tell you that choosing your top 10 video games is damn hard. We all know it is. Anyway, so this is my top 10 video games. Hope you enjoy. A few disclaimers before I begin. Number 1, there'll be no games that I haven't played before. Number 2, there'll be only one game per franchise. Except for one exception, but we'll get to that later. Anyways, time to get on my top 10 video games ever. For me, Pokemon had to be on this list, specifically Pokemon Yellow, because it was the first game I ever got on a Game Boy, and you know what, it was just blew my mind like it did for most kids in the 90s. I mean, it's Pokemon. I don't really need to say much else, do I? You know what Pokemon is, catching Pokemon, fighting them, and blah 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 blah, training them up, evolution, it's all awesome. You can't really hate Pokemon. If you do, you're just a soulless, horrible person. And for that reason, it's number 10. Taking everything I love about the Star Wars universe and putting it into an RPG, Knights of the Old Republic is not only one of the best RPGs of all time, it's probably the best Star Wars game of all time. It had everything you could want from a Star Wars game. Lightsabers, starships, epic battles, Wookiees. Plus, you can choose to be on the light side or the dark side of the Force. It also had an amazing story with a twist no one saw coming. A must-have for Star Wars nuts and RPG fans. When Donkey Kong Country originally came out on the Super Nintendo, everyone was blown away by its graphics. Not only that, it had incredibly addictive gameplay, which was, you know what, incredibly hard in the later stages, and caused me to throw my controller at the wall on more than one occasion. But it's not on the list. Nope, I chose its sequel. Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, was just so much better in every way. The graphics were the same, but that wasn't exactly a bad thing. It had the best graphics on a 16-bit console. The gameplay was more fun, transforming into animals was fun as ever. The levels were more challenging and creative. Everything was just a lot more enjoyable. Can't put my finger on exactly why, it just was. Everything was a little better than the original, and that's why that's number 8, and Donkey Kong Country isn't. Hey, if you don't like it, end of the day, it's my list, so why don't you shut up? Remember that exception I was talking about earlier? Yeah, this is it. Basically, I said one game per franchise, but they released all 3 Metroid Prime games on the Wii on one disc. But technically, it's only one game, so that's why I'm putting the Metroid Prime trilogy on this list. Anyway, enough of that. Moving the Metroid universe to a 3D world was a bold move, but turning into an FPS was even bolder. Yet, it paid off handsomely, and is widely renowned as one of the best trilogies made. So, the Metroid trilogy is number 7.
Start your engine for a Sony Computer Entertainment era production.
Some people may say it's just a shameless rip-off of Mario Kart, but it's so much better than that. Crash Team Racing took the Mario Kart formula and improved on it immensely. Added an amazing adventure mode, which Mario Kart didn't have. Added bosses, which Mario Kart didn't have. Added loads of collectibles through a variety of challenges, which Mario Kart didn't have. Basically, it had everything Mario Kart didn't. So it's number 6. Smash Bros was good, Brawl was great, but Melee was frickin' mind-blowing. Amazing fighting game and probably the best game on GameCube. Definitely the best game in the Smash Bros series. People bought the GameCube just for this game, and no wonder, it was an orgy of Nintendo amazingness. That's why it's number 5. The daddy of all 3D platformers, Super Mario 64 is an amazing game, and it was going to be originally at the number 4 spot. But then I remembered there was another Nintendo 64 3D platformer, which included a certain bear and bird. Yep, Banjo-Kazooie is number 4. The many collectibles, the variety of levels, the humour, the weapons, the bosses, the whole thing was just absolutely chock-a-block full of fun stuff to do, and it's accompanied by near-perfect gameplay and controls. It was classic red platforming from start to finish, and it improved so much from what Mario 64 started. I could just pick up and play this game any day and be straight back in and addicted for hours and hours and hours. It is my favourite 3D platformer on the Nintendo 64. But my favourite 3D platformer? No. That would be number 3. Some may say Galaxy 2 is much like Galaxy 1. Some say it's too easy, some say it's too childish. Yeah, those people can go f*** themselves. Galaxy 2 is the perfect platform and the best game on Wii. Although it had some of the same mechanics as Galaxy 1, it had so many other different things. It had Yoshi and all the new power-ups were completely awesome. Plus, the music was frickin' epic. Oh, and the addition of the green star comments at the end, they were just so damn hard. Edging on the impossible nearly, so people say it isn't hard enough. Wait till you get on later in the game, because there's some real ball grinding ones there. If you have a Wii, you need this game. Simple. Jak 2 redefined what a sequel was. The original was a bright cherry platformer full of lovely scenery and delightful characters, but when the sequel rolled out, players realised something had changed, and that came with Jak's first words ever.
I'm gonna kill Praxis!
Yeah, it just got real. Gone was the cute platformer world, and in its place was a more dark open one, with guns and a goatee. Jak had changed for the better. I found this so much more fun than the first. It had a better story and everything was bigger and bolder. As sequels go, it was a bloody good one. Yet, Jak 2 just misses out on the number 1 spot at number 2. Alright, let's recap before we reach the number 1 spot. Number 10 goes to Pokemon Yellow. At number 9 we have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Coming in at number 8, Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. At number 7, Metroid Prime Trilogy. At number 6, Crash Team Racing. And at number 5, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Coming in at number 4, Banjo-Kazooie. Number 3 we have Super Mario Galaxy 2. And finally, at number 2, Jak 2. When I started this list, I knew I only wanted one of the games out of the Legend of Zelda series to be at the number 1 spot, and with a title on every Nintendo console except the Virtual Boy, there's plenty to choose from. From the original on the NES to Twilight Princess on the Wii, every game can be called a masterpiece in their own right, and the upcoming Skyward Sword is bound to be another amazing addition to the legacy. All have a right to be at the number 1 spot, but obviously I can only choose one. So, which Zelda game will end up being my number 1 favourite game ever? Yeah, no surprises here. Of course this had to be number 1. Number 1 on loads more lists than just mine. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time deserves to be here. The game is virtually perfect. Perfect gameplay, perfect design, perfect music, and so on and so forth. With the exception of the tedious water temple, the dungeons were absolutely faultless. Although the graphics haven't aged too well, it's still just as playable today, and that really doesn't matter because they were making it on 3DS with brand new graphics, which I obviously can't wait for. For a game made over 12 years ago, you can't help but admire the size of the game. Everything was done to an epic scale. The world was massive and every town had plenty to do and see, and most of the bosses were absolutely breathtaking. Side quests were generally interesting and every item you acquired was new and as fun as hell to use. The mini games were addictive as well. I spent hours on the fishing game trying to just catch a fish, and I was heavier than 26 pounds. The time travel was awesome as things you did in the past genuinely affected the world in the future. Not only that, but a lot of newer games owe a lot to Ocarina as well, as invented the use of the lock-on targeting system, which many games today still use. And of course the story was lengthy and so captivating it kept you coming back for more each and every time. I never tire of this game. It is the perfect description of a timeless classic. If you haven't played it, stop watching this and get on the Virtual Console or eBay. You will not regret it. Ocarina of Time is my favourite game of all time, and that's why it is and always will be #1.